Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello there, my name is Kevin. Today I'm going to explain to you the chapter that's a bit nostalgic, that provides in-depth image of the various culture involved in the Asian art and the European saga. It's from 11th standard book called The Hornbill. You must have read the chapter, my friends, since the terminal examination have just been finished. This chapter proves to be important enough to understand. The language, yes, I do understand here, is a bit explosive yet informative. It's written by the author Natalie Trovero. She has been known as a critic. She has given excerpts, and this chapter is just an excerpt of her from the main writing, that is Landscape of the Soul. It opens up with a short story about the Tang Dynasty Emperor Zhuangzhong. This emperor asks his artist, that is Wu Daozi, to create a painting that is depicting the colors of nature, the depth, and has a reason. The painter here creates a masterpiece, hides it behind the screen so that the emperor only gets to see it. Thus, it is not open for all. When the emperor observes the painting, he gets realistic images of art, the forest, the birds, the flora and the fauna. Well, here, the painter, that is Hu Daozi, asks the emperor to observe a cave in the painting, my friends. What happens then is Wu claps, and once he claps, the door of the cave opens. Amazingly and interestingly, the painter walks inside the cave, looks at the emperor, and once again claps. Thus, the cave closes. Once the cave closes, the painting vanishes, and no one ever hears about the artist Wu ever again. Now, this is something that is really emancipating, my friends. Another excerpt here given is about Quentin Metzis, who was an artist but worked as a blacksmith. What he does is, he falls in love with the daughter of an artist who rejects their marriage just because of Quentin being a blacksmith. Although Quentin was an artist, he created an art. He created a picture of a fly. That fly being so realistic, almost made the painter with whose daughter he was in love squat it. He thought it to be a real fly. Thus he came to know that this was a work of art. Hence Quentin was made an acquaintance at his place, and the purpose solved. Now, my friends, some things are important over here. I would like to let you know about an artist in Chinese tradition who created a dragon but did not make his eyes because he was afraid that the dragon would fly away out of the painting. Now, such stories play an important role in China's classical education. The Chinese education, my friends, helps the students to guide the art of taking the right decisions in life. That is what exactly the Chinese tradition and the Chinese artwork used to emphasize on. Whereas in the European, we find a different notion of realistic things and materialistic objectives, my friends. The stories reveal that each form tries to revive something out of it. The Europeans want a perfect illusion of a figurine, of an art, of a work, or anything. Whereas in Asia, it is the inner life and the spirit that is depicted in the paintings and the artworks, my friend. You can find the difference. The European art shows illusions of the happenings. The Asian art shows the inner circle, the spiritual life, and what one can derive out of the paintings. Now, these are the major differences, my friends. In Chinese story, you can see over here that the artist knows what he actually wants to reveal, and he emphasizes on the goals behind the materialistic appearances of the painting, thus making it more emancipating, my friends. In Western figurative paintings, unlike them, the classical landscape does not reproduce a picture in Chinese notion, my friends. It does not reproduce a picture, but it produces an image where the person can walk inside the painting and get to know what is the other end. So it's kind of more spiritual, it's kind of more meditative, more into the form of heavenliness rather than the illusionists' approach that the Europeans had. Now, the author here also talks about the Chinese philosophy of Shanshui, that is the yin and the yang. That means the yang represents the male principles and the yin represents the female principles. The mountains and the majestic approach provides the male approach, whereas the rivers, the seas, the land, it provides the female approach. Now this is known as the chakra of life, my friends. So the yin and yang approach provides a touch, many a times quite the third phase, that is the amalgamation where yin and yang meet, is forgotten. Whereas the Chinese paid the most respective emphasis at the third notion of theirs, my friends. So what they did was, they emphasized more on the conjunction, that is the co-joining of them, my friends. That is the third element, that is the void that is completed in it, my friends. So this is the difference where the Chinese and the European culture defy themselves. Now, the author here at the end of the chapter gives out an article from Hindustan Times dated 20th of August 2005. It is known as the outsider art. My friends, let us know about the outsider art here. Is that outsider art is a magazine published in Central Europe, and it consists of the artwork done by the art brutes. That is the classification, the philosophy, the term given to the artists who do not belong to any genre. They have never been into the culture of making arts, representing them. Rather, they produce a masterpiece that without any knowledge, without any study or philosophy, brings out the real essence developed in life. The famous example given here by Brinda Suri is about the famous Sir Nek Chand. And the art that he has depicted is the famous rock garden in the city of Chandigarh. He has gone ahead and made masterpieces out of the junk that he gets collecting as thrown outs by individuals, my friends. The book here that I'm talking about, The Outsider Art, made an impression of Nek Chand by publishing the picture of his art at the front page and naming it The Lady by the Fountain. Now that is what brings out the genre of the art brutes. This chapter has been inculcated in the CBSE syllabus, my friends, in order to impregnate a thought in your minds that you too are reaching an age of exploring yourselves. So never give up. Try and do what you find the best for yourself. This is the Sculpt that we can derive from the chapter. To the left of mine is the information button. If you click on it, you'll be getting the direct link to the playlists available. And to the right here is a link to the adjacent videos, my friends. Please subscribe to our channel. We would be glad to serve you more. Comment us and we would be replying you back. Thanking you today. This is Kevin Lopez.